I'm ready for the right hand side. I started doing pattern paper on the first few, and I thought, no, it's just going to be too much for me cutting it and showing it. So I am going to show you all the pages, and I will give you the measurements, and then I will start with the pattern papers, decorative paper, and I can show you then where it's going to go. But I've got this two ready, and I number it to make it easier. Number 1, it's 7¼ by 4, score ½ inch. And just gonna pin that together, and let's turn them upside down there. Then this one, it is 4¼ by 7½, and I score ½ inch. And let's just put their goodies together. Number 3. Excuse me. We do have 8 inches by 6½, score ½ inch. Number 4. 6 inches by 6¾ score ½ inch. Number 5. We do have 7½ inches by 8 inches, score 7½ side, ½ inch. You still with me? Right. I need a bit of more space. And this one, it is 7½ by 8, 7½ side, I score ½ inch. And I added onto this one. There's my ½ inch flap. Then this one is 8 inches by 7¾ and we're going to score ½ inch and 3/4 of an inch, and you will have that, you know. Hi, that's on this one. Belly band 4 by 9, score ½ inch, ½ inch. Just make sure it fits onto your page. That's the most important. You can make this wide, even wider, or narrow. Just, you know, it is up to you. I do have a fold out that's going to go onto that, and that is 7½ by 3¾ They fit nicely. Just, you know, that there's a little bit showing on either side. That's number 7. Number 8, we do have this 7 by 5/8 by 8, score ½ inch. I scored it wrong, but I can still use the ½ inch. That's 8. Number 9, 8¼ by 6½. 8¼ score ½ inch. That's for number 9. Number 10, 8¼ by 5, score ½ inch on the 8¼ side. Number 11. 7.5 by 5 and score half an inch on the 7.5 inches. That's 11. So I'm going to keep that inside there, and I know it's all together. Number 12. You see what I mean? There's a lot. It is 11 and 5/8 by 7, and I score it 5 3/4. There it is. So 11 and 5/8. It is the page. I score it basically in the middle at 5 3/4, and then it is 7 inches. We add this one. I cut this on 1 inch wide, score it half an inch so that you've got half an inch on both sides, and I just glue it on, and that is going to be the folder that's going to come here onto this one. And if you do it that way, this fold out is so much easier. That's on that one. We do have number 13. 7 3/4 by 8, half an inch, score it half an inch, and then I do have a little pocket here. This was a leftover that I thought I will use it. Just get into your stash and see what, when you cut, what leftovers you can use. So this measures 2 inches wide, and it is 8.5 in length, and I just go half an inch. I add that one on there already, and I'll do this together with you. And then I do have the base page. It's gonna go down in the book, so this all gonna hook on here, and that measures, that's 8 3/4 by the width. The length is 8 1/4. So what I did, I made sure that this fits in between my hardware. And then I'm away from my score line there. And that fits nicely in between the hardware. And we're going to work onto all of this. I will keep them in order, and I will do the pattern papers first. So I started with this one, and I need to remember this is the right hand side. And this was in the front page of the book, and you can see there is where it's got the name of the paper. And all I did is I had that little bit left that I cut off, and I just covered that onto the name. And I'm going to add that. I'm going to glue that on. I'm going to go a little bit over, so I've got white showing there. So what I'm doing, I've done my number 1. I've put it on number 3. So that was that red the back fold out. It should be the right fold out, the right side fold out, and that is onto my right hand side. And this one, it is the top of this one, and it's the left hand side fold out. And that one. And fold it in. And I'm going to bring it a little bit down, but onto my school line. This if I put the pattern paper so I can cover this. That's why I just brought it a little bit down. And that one is done. So I'm going to put my pattern papers on. Let me finish that. So far, I did this one. That's the fold out, and this is the side. On the back, I'll wait and see if I can get some offcuts, and then I will fold it in. That's those two. And what I've done is this page here was also the front one, and I've just covered the writing. And then I added on to this number 5. There is my flap. I glue it on there already. So now I can work on these 2 pages for pattern paper. I did cut my paper for this side, and I do have this paisley, and I cut this one as well to go on there, but it's short because it was over here, I think, somewhere. And what I'm going to do, I've got this piece, I'm going to make a pocket here because on these 2 pages I don't have anything, and I just gonna do a pocket, so I will cover that, and it will be a nice big pocket. So what I'm gonna score it, and let me give you the measurements, and I'm gonna see if this is gonna fit somehow. I'll come back to that, and this piece measures, it's 3 3/4, and the length is 8. So I'm going to score at the one side first, and we're going to have a 1/2 inch. I'm just going to fold onto that, and then let's see where my other score line is going to be. And I'm going to make a little bit, that sounds good, and there is my mark, and I will do the other score line, and I'm going to glue this down. Make sure I'm even, and I'm down. Now you can do a notch in there if you want to, so that you can see it is a pocket. And I'm going to glue my paper down, and let's do that. So let's glue on. Did that one, and I did the pocket. Let's test it. It's a nice big pocket. And this one is complete, and we're going to put this onto the next page. But first, on the next page, I need to hold everything together because there's quite a lot inside this page. The bottom fold out onto this page. I do have this one done, finished, and it's heavy. I did make a closure because this keep on going open, and all I did is it's just with small magnets, and I add that underneath the pattern paper of the back here, where that fold out is, just at the back there. I put that underneath there. It's not a big piece, it's a piece that it's like an offcut, and that is 2 3/4, and it is by 2 inches, and I score it 1/2 inch, and I score it, it's 2 knots on your scoreboard, and this is just some of the cutouts that you do get, and I just cut right around it and add it on there because of that. I did that one as well, and it's just a magnet to keep that close. So now this part needs to come underneath this one here, but like I said, it is so heavy. I want to finish this part first, and then I will add that on top there. I'm going to put this aside and make sure I did the belly band already. I glue it, put some pattern paper there, and add the fold out. I will come back to the top and see what I can do there. I still do have this one left that I can use, and I'm going onto these pages here, and let me finish that and I can show you. It's not a lot anymore, and then we're nearly done. Let me get into that. I'm at this to put the flap onto the pattern paper, and make sure I knew I was skew, can lift it. That's it. And then that will be placed onto this part here. And that's the fold out. On this one, there is this one comes onto there. I think I did cut, oh no, I thought I cut it too long, but when I put the pattern paper on, it might be a little bit too long. And this one will come over from the bottom here. Now I do have a lot of paper here that I cut, and I'm going to see what I can do with this. Right, let me show you what I've done so far. Add that onto the flat end there. This fold out, and that one. So I put another piece there, so it looks like it's a one piece. And I've done that. Then I do have this that I can put over there. So I still going to decide if I'm going to use that or not. So that fold out is done. And then this is the one that comes on top here. I had this piece and I add that one on. And that is the top one. Top fold out, and I had to cut a little bit shorter on the end here. It did come over. And then this one is, and then I'm going to place that down. Let me do that. So that is all done, and we can put it on. I did use score tape to put the two pieces together, and lucky I could get it together that you don't even see that there is anything there. I'm going to put my glue on, and I'm going to place it on this one. So that's on, and I am going to leave this for now because I know I still need to do that one, and these two front and back. I'm going to fold it over, and I'm going to come to this back here. Now, this is the one that is number 12 that falls out like that. This, I want it on this side. So, like that, and it falls out like that. I'm going to use just plain cardstock. I do have a piece that I can cut. Right, there's that one. And then this is going to come at the back, and we will have the two fold outs like that. I'm just going to place this in the middle, and I'm going to glue it down. Going to pinch it, hold it, because it can move so easy. Now, let's see. That's it. This, I need to fill the bottle, but I don't get a chance to do it, and it's just carry on and on. That. Okay, now I can place this on this one. Then we can put some nice button paper on here. Okay. This is, and that's because I've got it on the edge here. So it's on the edge, a little bit down, and oops. And then we do have this one that is gonna go on there. This side is going to be very heavy. That's going to go onto that one. That's going to go onto there. Did I move? Hold it. And we glue the flap. Let's see. Hi, and let's do this one. Yep. And in the middle of the other white one, so that they lined up on the sides. Do have it. And here I am going to use my score tape. White with a white, take it over, and I can see it there, and I can see there with that one. School line. The sun is now behind a cloud. Just need to yes, and I hold it. Yep. And I'm going to do all the pattern papers now. Let me show you what I've done so far. I'm going to take this one off, and this is going to be the one that's going in on the right hand side of the folio. I had some offcuts and I just tried to use it all up. I made this, it was short, it was just that little bit there, and I just add this on to the paper. That is that fold out. And then I had an accident. I had to redo this page. That's when I was getting all this together, and I had an accident on this one, so I had to take it off and redo it completely. This was some of the cutouts. I just cut out the flower because I absolutely love this flower. The pocket is exactly the same width and length as the measurements that I used. And then this is just a photo mat, and I just put all the offcuts here together. I think you can do it with this paper pack. You can mix and match everything because it's nothing really is the same. So that's that one. This is the little bit that I could save from that piece. And I just cut it all out and yes, can use it. On this side, I put the pattern paper on here. I was this little bit short and I put that one there. This is exactly the same. I just mix and match the papers. That's that fold out. Then I come to the top one here. This one I did not had anything, and I decided I still got a lot of these offcuts left. I'm just going to make a pocket on here. So the pocket is exactly the same as this one. The measurements exactly the same, but it just fits onto my paper. And then I did a booklet, and I just add that on. I think it looks beautiful. Then this fold out. This is the belly band. I still need to put something here. I've got papers, I've got it ready. I still need to do it. This is the belly band and the folder on top of the belly band. Onto this side, this fold out. It's very long. Also match the papers up. That one there. Did the same. Then this one. I'm going to put these two back and open up like that. So that piece was off from this and I just added on. Okay, I need to bring this back and fold that out. That was on that side. Now this one still needs to come on. But I'm going to show you first what I've done here. This was the magnet closure because this keep on coming open. And it's just another piece of cut that I use there. Cut that out and just add it onto the magnet closure. That opens that way, this way. I'm going to close this one, open that way. This is a pocket. Let me put this one in here. Just so you can see. That's the pocket. And on this side, I just left everything plain. Close, and on the back, it's a fold out. And I just carry on with the paper. Now, there is a little bit of a snag here. Let me take this off and explain to you what happened. When I wants to add this underneath my pattern paper here, I had a problem. This section here came over onto here. So when you open it, it just goes open like that. And I didn't realize that because this you can see there was my fold line. This is way over, and even if I put it a little bit over, when you open this, it stands up like that. You can't go like that. You can't flatten it. And then I decided, okay, I have to fix this mistake. So I'm going to show you on this side. There was my flap. And then I thought if I put another inch onto this, score it in half. So I've got another half an inch flap. So this is an inch wide. That's all I need. I can put that flap on there, and you can open this and you've got no problem. But I glue my paper on already when I find this out. But that's not a problem. Let me open this. You can see here it's more white. I can put a strip here of paper that it doesn't look like so white. That is where I add my flap. But I can still put the flap on here. And when it's on the side, I can put paper over it to cover it. So let me do that, and I can show you when I'm finished exactly what this looks like. Let me show you. I've used gore tape and I use glue to make sure that it's going to stay because it's quite thick on this side already. There it is, and now it lies flat. Otherwise it was standing like that. Now it can lie flat, and we can open, and it goes flat. Let me show you. Come out good. I don't think, if you don't know about it, you will say it should be like that. There is the paper on there. I can show you close up. And then on the other side, I did that as well. So booklet in, and I'm going to make, I've got some offcuts here, still a few to play with. I'm going to make the ballet band. It will be a booklet, and then I'm going to place this in. I've got my score tape on, I've burnished it, and I will put that in. Now I do have this ready, and hopefully did the envelope, glue the sides on, and I just got a few things in there and can put it right in there. So, and I did the belly band as well. So this is all done. The booklet, lifted belly band, my booklet, and we can place this now in the book. I will fill in with glue, and let me grab the folio. Placed it in, and I got these ones. I can pull that off. That one. That's down. That one come down. That one come down. It's like that. The side. Yes, there's a lot that's happening here. Now that is coming over. It's done. The front, the spine, and the back. The front, I just cut a piece of the solid cardstock. I cut the pattern paper. I put some laces. It's two different laces that I've used. Ribbon, flat back pearls, and these little roses. It all come from my stash. Did a bow. Cut this out. I cut it out and put it onto white cardstock. And I cut it out first. Then I ink this, the edges. Put it on white cardstock. Did the edges again. Put it on the cream cardstock and do the edges as well. And this is Distress Oxide Walnut Stain that I use for it, and a dauber for because this ink suits this paper pack perfect. And what I've done is I've just put it on foam dots, and I use extra glue on the foam dots, and I placed it in the middle. And I did a little bit of pearls, and I did stickles. You know me and my bling bling. Just add the stickles. Can you see it? Just a little bit around the dress that I really enjoy. And I'll see you in the next one.